Cobra Island. The name itself conjures up an array of images, from the pages of Larry Hama's comics to our own imagination. Mystery, awe, and maybe a little terror. What if I told you all is not fiction? That one of the world's biggest mysteries is real. As part of Cobra Convergence 4, and in a combined effort by HCC 788 to clear up the legal stuff, Retroblasting to clear up diplomacy, and 3D Joe's to supply me, I've been entrusted to take the opportunity of a lifetime and head down to, yes, the real Cobra Island. For me, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I haven't done anything like this since I worked for Uncle Sam. So, I'm going to get to utilize the very skills that everyone's tax dollars help pay to amass over the years. Cobra Convergence 4 has been granted 24-hour access as bogus wildlife observers. So here we go. Alright, so I've landed successfully in the drop zone. I've set up base camp here on the beach, and what a great way to start the video. This beach is so iconic from the Cobra Civil War. You know, over there, let's begin. That's where the stolen Mamba and Slipstream came onto Cobra Island. And over there, that's where Destro started to approach in his ascent to Cobra Island. And over there, that's where the Joe teams came up on shore. Behind me is the famous airport that that was so heavily protected, and where Falcon and his team had to go in. Wow, I can't believe I'm here. This is amazing. From the moment issue 49 dropped, the invasion of Springfield, this civil war was inevitable, like two male lions in the Sahara wanting to claim the pride. So, remember, they think I'm here observing wildlife, so we have to keep it low-key. So let's see if we could do that. Unlike my modern IDW comic recaps, we aren't going to retell this epic event, but instead show you the real-life places where everything unfolded. And I'm also pretty well geared here, nothing over the top. You know, I got weaponry, drinks, flashlight, survival knife. You know what? Craftsman. You know, HCC's been doing reviews about Sears. You know, I got all my gear at Craftsman. So, I'm pretty good. Let's go. As everyone knows, Cobra Island was not limited to just the Civil War. For a good portion of 3 years, it served as the backdrop for many important events, character reveals, and death. The first thing that dawns on me is how peaceful and tranquil the beaches is. You will not find such in Southern California, New Jersey, Maryland, Fort Lauderdale, Keys, or Miami. Little to no of man's destruction is evident here. It's iconic on the reasons and how this island was formed to what it has become. Cobra Island is primarily used for Hollywood movies, starting with Jurassic Park. So this is where it actually took place as far as the filming went. And it's undisclosed and free from paparazzi and other places. So that's where most of the revenue comes from. It's important to note that Cobra is very much still present in area. Overseen by the Crimson Twins' extensive enterprises, only the elite are granted and catered to. There is more money to offer as a, quote, exclusive tropical resort than whatever Cobra Commander envisions. But still, Cobra is Cobra, and I cannot take any chances. And just like the Joes and Keel Hall here, I have to rely on maps and shaky intel. Oh crap, we got a patrol on ATVs, so we gotta take them out without them noticing. Alright, hold on guys. penetrating onto mainland. Man, the bush is thick. That's what he said. Afterwards, I had to dump the body quickly. Luckily, the Viper had ID with his call-in number, so I used it to indicate all is clear, thus buying me more time in our quest. But man, look at the beauty of this place. You could tell it could be just inhospitable, but yet just beautiful to the eyes. And just imagine, with no technology, undisturbed, it's just one of those things that is awe-inspiring. Again, one can't believe how this island was created. Professor Apple's crazy yet brilliant plan of tricking the Joes to carry out the heavy lifting with false intel on his dwelling. The Joes instead hitting a weapons dump sitting on a fault line, causing a violent eruption, raising this island to the surface. How a violent beginning has led to such a calm, peaceful home to wildlife. We got beach, swamps, forest, and volcanic area in approximately 5 square miles. Several important facilities were erected after the island settled. A terradrome, which has been retrofitted and no longer looks like a terradrome, but I'm sure still is. A hospital, many luxury hotels, all staffed by Cobra personnel, and of course the Argo Star Freighter, which is no longer visible. I keep coming back in amazement on how this place, with all our present technology, looms in secrecy. For an organization that is constantly shooting itself in the foot, Cobra has managed and maintained Cobra Island successfully. G.I. Joe or anyone is not allowed to violate airspace or its territory, despite it being abandoned by Cobra after the Trucial Abysmia War. Next, we move on to the iconic airport, the site where all 4 parties converged on. Cobra Commander's forces, Serpentor, the Joes, and Destros, all in an epic finale that would see in the conclusion of the Cobra Civil War. Now, the airport is mostly used for small craft coming in and out of the island. Many things has changed since the Cobra Civil War. Fence has been erected, as well as more buildings and more structures around the airport in itself. It's amazing to be here and at a spot where so much took place during the Cobra Civil War. And as you'll see, the control tower has changed. Gone is the iconic Cobra head. Next, we visit the swamps in the interior portion of the island. This is Crocmaster's domain. Okay, let's get this clear. Despite his name, Crocmaster had alligators, not crocodiles. A gator's snout and preference for fresh swamp water is its natural habitat, while crocs prefer salt water and estuaries. Like Florida, Cobra Island houses both species, so I have to be extra careful by the banks as they are an ambush predator. G.I. Joe sent several teams on special ops intel missions, from the Ripcord Zartan switcheroo, Lieutenant Falcon's crew, and Ninja Force's discovery of Firefly. Success was debatable. Alright, now we're in the jungles of Cobra Island. This is where Lieutenant Falcon led his troop to do surveillance on the armies of Serpentor and Cobra, well, the fake Cobra commander. Crocmaster, this is his domain. So we have to be extra vigilant and on guard. So we're gonna go into the bush. As anyone with military or survivor training knows, maneuvering through a jungle or forest is one of the most difficult things. As today, the sun cannot always be there to guide you to what direction you're heading or coming from. From my training, I leave markers indicating where I've been. As I wrap up my journey and head towards the extraction point to return stateside, I can't help but think how much more there is to Cobra Island. Then the second revelation dawns on me as I am aboard the C-130 heading back. Well, I hope you liked our journey together at Cobra Island. And now is the second unveil of this episode. The truth is, Cobra Island has always been there. It was there when you were a kid, and it's there today. It's just a matter of opening your front door. See, the truth is this, is that for what, 75 cents or $1, each issue transported us to this wonderful world, and that we still carry with us as adults. We can't let that go. It doesn't matter if you were black, white, brown, yellow, whether you were a Christian, Jewish, or Muslim, or if you were rich or poor. Anyone could go and visit Cobra Island. And also, it's important, I hope Hasbro watches this, because there's a whole set of a new generation waiting to begin their journey onto Cobra Island. This is Shabu RU for Cobra Convergence 4. We'll see you soon.